I went to school in Sydney. I started school in Redfern, which is right near the city centre, obviously, and then later on moved out sort of southwest and went to school at Revesby. Second part, what was my favourite subject? That's an easy one. Sport or lunchtime was my favourite subject. So we grow and process Australia's finest lemon myrtle. We grow and sell that in the Bundjalung country, which is Northern Rivers, New South Wales, and that's the home of lemon myrtle. We do it organically, we do it regeneratively. So my day starts early, around sort of 6:30. Catch up on emails. We've got emails coming in from customers in the US and Europe. So I love to be involved with customers and what's happening at the front end. Customers are the lifeblood of the business. So I'm usually 6:30 dealing with customers and dealing with issues that have come in overnight from customers from, as I say, the US and Europe. Then after that, it would be speaking with, production and our farming and production team, and then working on any issues that we have in front of us. And then remainder of the day is plotting out what next for us. What do we tackle next? What are the important initiatives we're undertaking? How do we keep ourselves at the forefront of high quality production? Lemon myrtle is in fact an Australian native. It hasn't really had to adapt. This is its natural habitat. It is not an introduced species. Our Indigenous brothers and sisters, we must remember, have been using and understand the wonderful properties of lemon myrtle and have been using it for tens of thousands of years for all sorts of things, to flavour their fish dishes or chicken dishes, to making teas with it, herbal teas, to using it to treat cuts and abrasions. It either takes time out of a process, so we can push more volume through, fill customer orders quicker, so it takes time out of a process and makes a process more efficient, or it results, in our case, in a higher quality product, because we did a lot of research and development around what is the best way to set up our processing line, what is the optimal way to separate leaf from stick, what is the ideal drying temperature, for how long. So using technology start to finish drives either efficiency gains for us or a higher quality product, or both. All the time we're sort of thinking, I wonder what this young person wants to do, or they put pressure on themselves about what they want to do. I've done a whole manner of different things in my sort of career, and I'm not a horticulturalist by trade at all. I'm really a generalist. That's probably been the most surprising thing, that it hasn't been a linear path. It hasn't been well constructed. It's been quite entrepreneurial. It's been largely make it up as you go along. I'm not advocating that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm simply saying that's what happened for me. The most useful skill is communication, the ability to communicate with all sorts of different people, from staff to customers to investors to fellow directors to suppliers. So the ability to communicate with different people with different goals, different objectives, different interests, under different pressures, from different countries, from different cultures. So without question, the most useful skill is the ability to communicate. And the second one, and equally important, I think, is the ability to problem solve, because nothing ever goes exactly according to plan. There is no such thing. There is no perfect conditions. There's no perfect plan. There's no perfect day. So the ability to solve problems is equally as important as the ability to communicate. The way you view a challenge is so critically important, and having some self-belief around, particularly when you're young, you sort of look at someone who's a bit older and you think, wow, they've got the answer to every question. That's never true. That is absolutely never true. Nobody has all the answers to all the questions. So it's having a little bit of confidence and faith to tackle whatever it is you want to tackle, knowing that you won't know everything about your next step. So I think that mindset of diving in, having a crack, and not concerning yourself with, I'm not perfect, I don't have all the answers to my next challenge. So finding the fortitude, I guess, to tackle those things, knowing that you're never going to have all the answers. So jump in and have a crack. That would be my first one. And the second one, of course, is experience. So, and that's a cycle, of course. How can you get experience if no one is willing to give you a crack at it? So, learning from others, looking at how others have done it, trying to get a toe in the door in any place, any role, and learning and asking a ton of questions and being comfortable in the fact that it is uncomfortable and you don't necessarily have the experience you need, or you don't necessarily know all the answers to all the questions, and nobody does. So comfortable being uncomfortable, getting some experience and willing to give it a crack, knowing that nothing is perfect, including us. Well, my answer is quite boring because I'm sitting in an office, so casual joggers or loafers or runners when I'm in the office, and often that's at home. When I'm on farm or in factory, and how do they enhance what they do? They don't enhance what they do. They keep my feet warm and they keep them comfortable. That's about it, really. Equally, I could wear another pair of shoes and it wouldn't make much difference. But when I'm on farm or in factory, I wear boots that have steel capped toes, and they don't really enhance what they do, but they do ensure that if I drop something or kick my toe on something, that my feet are protected.